So I'm a bit pissed off, excuse the French. Wasn't recording for the magical moment. So I've gone round, unplugged a few sensors, whatever, and I'm pulling on the intake manifold. So I've got one hand on this bit here, don't know what it is, and my other hand on the end. I'm pulling it, it's not going. So I watched a video, what's his name? George Austers, I'll leave a link to it in the description, and he took out 5 bolts and I'd only unbolted 4, so having to dig around, and under a big bunch of wires there's one here, so took that out and it's literally just popped straight out, and I've been trying to pull it for about half an hour. So I'm going to get round here, move the camera, and we'll get it off. So I basically had one hand on this bit and one hand on here and just pulled it up like so. There's a few bits for it to get caught on. Yeah, this cable's going to cause me some trouble. But I can shift it enough, just enough so I can get that socket in there, I think. It's this cable that goes into the alternator that's holding me in. Where does he go? Okay, this is going to be quite difficult to show, but here is the top radiator hose, and that goes into the coolant flange thing. By the way, I hate that word, so just thought I'd let you know. Get this light up a bit. There we go. So there's this little metal clip on top of it. So you just want to pop your screwdriver in there. Annoyingly, the side where they give you an indent to do that is where the manifold is, and I can't take the manifold all the way out. Yeah. Oh, it's popped back in, but it did come out. Wasn't so silly. Don't think that's supposed to happen. You can't see it. Don't think that's supposed to happen. Well done, IKEA. You build a great product. So that should, says me, just pop off now and make a right mess because it's coolant. And this extension was just right, said Daddy Bear. Don't know where that come from. Yes. So that's the one I could reach anyway. I don't think these ones are going to be captive, so I need to take a bit of care with these. If you have the time to actually get the intake manifold out, you will make your life like 10 million times easier. Okay, that's the one that you can't see from the outside. So, that's a lot better. You can actually see what I'm doing now. Yeah, the intake ports are disgusting. Yeah, there's a lot of shit. So they do need cleaning, but I won't be doing it today, unfortunately. Oh, you can see the name on the back of my shirt. Yeah, I won't be doing it today because, like I say, on a bit of a time schedule. It's nearly 11 o'clock. Them bolts aren't captive, so be careful. I got them. yeah, on a bit of a time schedule today, but I will pull this off again because I know it needs doing, and I'll probably delete the swirl flaps while I'm there as well. Just because I don't want them to drop into the engine. And then let's get this last one out. There we go. So in theory, there's the coolant. Little rubber gasket stuck to the head. That's fine. I can hear it pissing onto the floor. There's the gasket. And shortly I will show you the part that is broken. If I can get it out. Okay. That's the broken part. Now the question is, how the fuck do you get it out? Let me look at the new part to see what that looks like. That sits inside of there. So, brute force? Or am I missing something? Yeah, it looks like, get a little screwdriver in there, pry it up, like that. And there is the little bastard, sorry, I mean problem part. So we're over at the very scientific test facility. I'm just going to run some water through it. Oh yeah, don't know why you'll be able to see that. See it coming out there? And presumably if I put a bit of pressure on it, it will piss out. No, now I've just got a wet face. Don't know why I thought that was a good idea. And now my mouth tasted plastic. You see the fracture? That's not like a manufacture line. There's no manufacture line on there, on the other side or anywhere. There's a manufacture line on the bottom. So if you don't know how parts like this are made, they're basically formed in a cast. So you have two parts that are pushed together and they're that hot that they melt together. And that's called plastic injection molding, and it makes a line. And you can see that line. Well, you might not be able to, but like a makeup YouTuber. Fucking, come on. Focus. You know what? We're going to switch to manual mode. You can maybe see the very faint line there, and that's the manufacture line. There's one on the top as well, but there is certainly, that's not meant to be a manufacture line. And actually, again, I don't know how well you're going to see this, but when I press it, I can actually see the plastic go underneath the other bit. You're never going to be able to see that on camera. Oh. I don't know. Anyway, I can see that there's a fracture in the pipe. So, yeet. Let's put the new one in. My mouth still tastes of plastic. That was a silly idea. Alright, so I switched mics, so it might sound a bit different. Sorry about that. But my other ones have died. My wireless ones have died. And I haven't charged them in ages, to be fair. They've lasted a while. So, it's time to put this new coolant pipe on and put it all back together. So first things first, new part. I'm going to move this around a bit. Come here. Come and have a look. Roughly there. Okay, so new part only fits in one way. Push that all the way in and clip her down. This is definitely the new part. And I'm going to put it back in the way it came out, so under the alternator wiring. And you have to sort of jiggle it up under the manifold, like so. And then let's put these manifold, sorry, not manifold bolts, coolant flange bolts back in. So just going to wind them in a little bit, get all three in, and then we'll tighten her up. There is washers on these bolts, so you just need to be wary of that. I'm going to go for snug. There is probably a torque setting. Well, there is almost definitely a torque setting, but my torque wrench won't fit in here, to be honest. Manifold back in. There's a bit of crap there, so I'm going to bin that off. Make sure all your wiring and hoses and crap are out of the way. There's a lot of this like fabric tape, which I think is used to hold all the wirings together. But it's not important as long as it's not in the way of the intake ports. Let's tighten her up. What are they? 10s? 10s? Probably 10s. Now we'll look at the torque spec for these, because I don't want this to come off. Well, I don't want any of it to come off really, but at least my torque wrench will fit in here. So we're going to go for the old star pattern. I wish this camera did audible battery alerts, because I don't know when that cut out, but the battery had died. But if it didn't show it, I've torqued the manifold bolts up to 20 Newton meters. So now I'm going to go around and just re-plug in all the electrical connectors and push them back in to lock them. And I'm going to put all these little tabs back on at the same time. And let's put these 10s back in. Oh, I've just realised a problem. Good job I realised, because that would have shredded the belt. EGR gasket thing. Hopefully there's enough room to slot that back in. Nope, that's annoying. Well, it's a good job I realised, but it is annoying nonetheless. Let's get these out. So as you can see, I've double checked everything was done up and tight, and now I've put the engine cover and whatever back on. So I'm just clearing off the scuttle tray. And I've just checked and there's no leak. And there you have it. That's how to remove the intake manifold and replace the coolant flange on the N47 D20C engine. Yeah, while the intake manifold was out, it would be ideal to clean it. I just don't have that sort of time. But yeah, that's it. It's running nice. I'm just going to basically let the coolant bleed itself. I've let it get up to temperature, topped it off, and there is a bleeding procedure, but I think it takes like 15 minutes. So I will look into that when I get home. I'm happy with it for now, so we're going to drive it home, see how we get on with it, and yeah, thank you for watching. I hope you learned something. Thanks for sticking about. I know this is a long video. If you did enjoy it, if you did learn something, make sure you give it a thumbs up and hit the subscribe button. Let me know in the comments if there's anything you're unsure of, or if you've got any tips and tricks for next time, and for anyone else trying to do this. Other than that, thanks for watching. Have a great day. See you later.